Now that we have all the sides put together and a bottom in place, we're going to put the we're going to locate where the splines are going to be. And this in the wood shop would be where we take this to the table saw, we put this at a 45-degree angle, and we cut slots into each of these corners. It's a little bit more difficult with CAD, but not terribly so. So the first thing, if you have any of the sides open up down here, close those out. That way when you double click on something like I just did, it'll leave it pulled up and it'll just ghost out the other parts. We want to make a modification to this angled part here. We'll make a new sketch. And we're going to make a 2-point rectangle. There's going to be 2 of these, top and bottom. I'm going to click D for dimension and make these each 0.25 thick. I also want to make sure they go in a 1/2 inch. Oh, looks like that one already was. Good. And then I'm going to add a line, right click, make it a construction line, find the midpoint here and here, right click, dimension. From the top down, I want this to be about 1/3 of the way down. It's a 4-inch side, so I can type in 4 divided by 3, and that'll be 1/3 of the way. Same thing here. 4 divided by 3. When I finish my sketch, I can go to extrude, make sure it's on cut, change my distance to all, and pick out my profiles. So these 2 bits. Need to do the same thing to the 12-inch piece. Right click, make a new sketch. Exact same thing. 2 of our rectangles. I'll make these a 1/4 inch thick. Don't worry if they start to move on you at first. It's not a big deal. Right click, make that a construction line, go from midpoint to midpoint. A 1/3 of the way up and a 1/3 of the way down. Just type in 4 divided by 3. Don't try and type in 1.33333. Just go 1/3 of the way. 4 divided by 3. Finish the sketch, extrude, switch that to cut, distance, all, and select your 2 chunks and click OK. And now I still have to go back and do that to the other 2 sides here. And I might try something different. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to say plane. I want to base it off of a plane I already have in here. So if I go into my origin folder, there's my XY plane. So I'm going to select that and kind of drag in. I know this is 8 inches, so I can stop this at 4. Just type in the number 4, hit enter. And then if I want to mirror these features across this new plane that I made, I can do that. So that makes that go a little bit faster. Same thing with this. I'm going to make a new plane. Open up your origin folder. Find the one that's on the endpoint here. Just kind of click and drag that in. We know it's 12 inches, so if we type in 6, then I can mirror this feature, and the plane is that mirror plane. I don't like seeing the mirror plane in there, so I'm going to right click on it and uncheck visibility. I'm going to do the same thing to this one. Right click, uncheck visibility, and hit return. And for some reason these were still left on. So let's do that with all 4 sides. Okay, and now you have everything laid out for going through and adding splines.